Hey y'all, it is me, Belize, or I should say my African name, but I'm gonna say Belize because that's what y'all know me by on this here YouTube channel. So today's video, what I wanted to cover is I wanted to talk about protection. I said in my last video I was going to talk about protection, and I never made that video, so why not make it right now? So yes, this video is going to be all about protection. How to protect yourself on this spiritual journey. Because you got to have some protection. You just can't be out here doing spell work and conjuring up stuff and manifesting stuff, and you're not protected from negative energy, negative people, leeches, energy vampires. You don't want to absorb that. And if you're an empath, you don't want to pick up on other people's energy, because sometimes other people's energy is not necessarily bad, but it can hold you down and it can kind of like suffocate you. Which is, if you are a tarot card reader, it's why you always have to cleanse in between clients or in between people that you're reading. You have to cleanse beforehand, because you don't want to put your energy into the cards, but at the same time you also don't want to pick up on their energy and hold it. So you have to cleanse in between the people that you're reading. So you have to protect yourself. I'll make this video quite simple, sweet, straight to the point, because my last video was kind of long. I apologize. But how can you protect yourself? There are several different ways that you can protect yourself. I'm going to go with what I do, which is very simple, very easy to do. I am in so many spiritual groups, and every time I'm in a spiritual group and I'm scrolling, there's always at least one person in the spiritual group that's new on their journey, and they're like, how do we protect ourselves? What are some protection spells to protect myself from other people? It's simple. If you live near a metaphysical shop, I guarantee you they have protection bath salts, they have protection crystals, they have protection amulets that you can wear. I'm pretty simple, straight to the point. I don't do too much. So when I'm trying to protect myself from outside people and energy, and I'm just trying to contain my energy, contain my good emotions, and not get distracted by other people, because I am an empath, so I do pick up on other people's energy. And because I'm a healer, I get a lot of broken people. And when you're around a lot of broken people, there's times where I'm like, I go through my little bouts of depression. I'm like, why am I depressed? It's like I instantly get sad, and I know it's because it's other people's energy that I'm absorbing, and it makes me sad. So I normally do a ritual bath for protection. So I get my protection bath salts. I get them locally from a local metaphysical shop. You can use regular salt. You can use Himalayan salt. And then I try to get crystals that I use for protection. I try to put them near the bathtub when I'm doing my protection baths, because I want to use some of those properties from those crystals. And I'm not about to walk all the way back over there to my spiritual room to grab them. So I'm going to tell you, just when you go to these metaphysical shops or you're in some spiritual groups, just Google. And I hate saying that because I don't like when people Google spells and stuff, but just Google crystals for protection. So I do that. So I get in the bathtub and I read from the Bible. A lot of people say, well, you can't be on the spiritual journey and still believe in God and still use the Bible. I still do. So I read Psalms 91, and when I'm in my bathtub, I read that, and then I also read the Lord's Prayer when I'm doing my protection bath. So I put the salt first. I jumped ahead of myself. First thing first, I take a shower, and I take a regular shower, and then once I'm done with my regular shower, I let the water, you turn off the shower, the water drains out the tub. Then I fill the tub up with water. And when I fill the tub up with water, sometimes I don't get out the bathtub because I be in there listening to music, singing, waiting for the tub to fill up. Then I add my protection salts to my bath water. I have my crystals on hand because they're going to be there, because I know I'm taking a spiritual bath. So I have that on hand. I put that around my bathtub. I get in my bathtub and I'm soaking. And as I'm soaking in the bathtub, I'm normally listening to some type of meditation music, because I like to meditate while I'm in the bathtub as well. And that's where I connect to my ancestors and my spirit guides. So I'm in the water. While I'm in the bathtub, I'm taking the water and I'm scooping it. I'm scooping it and I'm putting it over my body, and I'm imagining all the negative energy that I absorb, all the negative things that I'm going through, whatever I'm suffering from, whatever ailments, whatever's going wrong in my life, I'm washing that off of me with this motion. I do my head, I do my shoulders, I do my whole body. And I'm just like pouring the water onto my body, and I'm imagining like everything I'm trying to get rid of in my life is coming off of me. And in that moment, I'm also protecting myself. So I think about my protection. I'm asking my ancestors, and I'm asking God to wash away all bad things from me, and to protect me and to keep me safe. And now as I'm doing this motion, I just imagine myself in white light as I'm doing it. And my white light gets brighter and brighter because all the dirt, the grime, everything I'm trying to get rid of is coming off of my body. Now, once I have done that, then I read my Psalms 91, I read my Lord's Prayer, and I let the water out the tub. When the water is going out the tub, I imagine everything that I washed off of me is in that water and it's going out the tub. I then thank my ancestors. I thank my spirit guides. I thank God for protecting me, for making me clean again, for keeping me safe. And I wait until the water is completely drained out the tub. And while the water is draining out the tub, that's when I go into my meditation mode. When I say I have meditation music playing, as the water is running out, that's when I start my meditation. When I'm done with my meditation, I'm dry because I've been in the bathtub that long meditating. So I air dry. You always want to air dry because at that time you're spiritually and physically clean, and you do not want to put anything that's on your towels. I don't care how clean your towels are, but you don't want to put that on your body right then and there. You know what I'm saying? You want to air dry, and then you can put on your clothes. So I do that. I also, when I'm not doing my spiritual bath for protection, I normally sit with a white candle. And I normally sit in front of my working altar, or I sit in front of my ancestral altar with this white candle, and I just imagine myself in white light, and I ask my ancestors and I ask God to protect me, to keep me whole, to protect me from my enemies. And when I always do protection, I always say, God, if there's anybody in my life that's not meant for me or meant to be in my life, remove them. And He does. And I do that as well. So you can do a protection bath. If you're not comfortable doing that, like I said, you could imagine yourself in white light, and you sit there in front of your ancestral altar, whatever. You don't even necessarily have to be in front of your altar. It's just stronger. I just do it. I like to do my protection with the candle. I like to do that in the presence of God and my people, which is why I do it in front of my ancestral altar, because I want them there with me. I want them to see me. And I envision them around me, and I envision them protecting me and putting their arms around me. That's why I do it in front of my altar. But if you don't have an altar, I'm pretty sure you can do it, anywhere in your home. You just want to do it in a quiet area because you want to be able to focus and see that light. And that light should be shine bright like a diamond. That light should be like really, really bright. So I do that. Those are only two real protection stuff that I do for myself, like myself physically. When it comes to my home, my friend told me about this. I saw all the entrances to my home. So the first thing I do is I clean my house. You should always clean your house before you do any work. That's what I forgot. Before you do any work, whether you're doing spiritual work or you're doing protection work, always make sure your home is clean from top to bottom before you do that. Because you don't want to step out of your bathroom into a negative environment or an environment with leftover energy from other people. So make sure that if you sage, if you use the paleo sticks, if you use Florida water it down. But you want to make sure that your space is clean before you do any type of work. But if you want to cleanse your home of any energy, you want to protect your home, you want to make sure that you have cleansed your home of all energy, like I said, sage, paleo, or Florida water. And then you want to salt all the entrances into your home. Now, when I salt the entrances into my home, I normally do the Lord's Prayer, and then I say out loud, nothing negative is welcome here. No negative spirits, no negative people, nothing negative, period. I want nothing negative in my home. My home is full of white love and light. I say that as I salt the entrances to my home, which I do the front door. If you got a back door, do the back door. Do your windows. Any entrances that stuff can get in is what you want to salt. Okay, and you can do that weekly. I would recommend doing it weekly if you're going to protect your home weekly. If you do it monthly, you can salt your home monthly. Just make sure that you're cleansing in between you salting your entrances. And now when you put the salt down, make sure you don't sweep it back up, because you want to leave it there. That's your line of protection, is that salt. You can do the same thing for your car. I wouldn't recommend putting salt in the car, but you can cleanse your car too. Make sure, especially if you Uber or you have a lot of people in your car, you want to make sure your car is always clean. Always detail it too. That's pretty much what I do for protection for my home and myself. You can also, if you have children, you can give your children salt baths if you want to. You know, salt does dry out your skin. So if you don't want to give your children salt bath, you don't necessarily have to. But when they're in the bathtub, you can pray to God to protect them. You can pray over them. Prayer is also something very serious. And I honor my ancestors. I don't pray to them like I pray to God. Some people do pray to their ancestors. I don't. When I have a conversation with my ancestors, kind of like how I'm talking to the camera right now, I have my conversations with them, but I don't get on my knees and pray to them. I get on my knees and pray to God. That's just me. But you can pray over your children. You can ask God to protect them. You know, when I pray to God, I do include my ancestors in that prayer. I do say, dear God, you know, protect me, keep me whole, keep me safe, and I thank my ancestors and my spirit guides for working with God to protect me. Like, I do say that, but I don't directly pray to them. That's just me, because I still believe in God, and I believe there's levels, and there's God, then you got your Orishas, then you have your higher elevated ancestors. Then you have your ancestors, you know, and then there's you. So I don't put no one above God. Just say that. A lot of people probably think like, oh, you know, because I'm spiritual, I don't believe in God no more. God is up there. He's number one. So that's what you can do. But that's all I wanted to say, because I don't want to talk you guys' heads off. But that's my video about protection. And like I said, if you have a local metaphysical shop, you can buy bath salts for protection. They're going to be labeled protection bath salts. If you want to make your own, I normally do a regular salt. I normally do Epsom salt and pink Himalayan salt, and I mix those together and with some other herbs and stuff for protection when I'm doing my protection baths. But for someone who does not have access to Epsom salt and pink Himalayan salt, you can use regular salt. There are herbs that you can add to your protection baths to make them stronger. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I do have some. And one of these days, I'm going to get on camera and I'm going to make my self-love bath salt, and I'm gonna make my protection bath salt, and I'm gonna show you guys what I use for them so that you guys can see how to do it yourself. But if you're new to this, just buy the protection bath salt and make sure you cleanse it before you use it, because people can kind of ride off of spiritual items and can get a piece of your blessing. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Bye guys.